Starting. Okay, yeah. I mean, I should be fine, and I also should be going live.
You're just gonna do it every single time, aren't you?
It's kind of a bit at this point. It's kind of a bit at this point.
Yeah, like this motherfucker just it's too good at it at this point. Too good.
I'm also too good at rolling this intro.
Good morning.
Transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords eternally retold. Welcome to the stage of history retold.
The mark of my dignity shall scar thy DNA.
Welcome back to AJAH Mania. I'm your host, Adam.
You know, at this point, why don't we just rename the podcast to Shitpost Mania? Am I right? I'm Joe. Hi, Adam. Hi. Hey, what's up?
A lot's been up, actually. Have you been alive this past fucking week? The world melted like the in the fucking space between podcast recordings. So before we talk about how the world
real?
Yeah, so before we talk about how the world ended and I just talk for a straight hour without interruptions, I want to know how your week was.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. My week was boring as shit. It was just going back to school. I'm just doing all of my assignments because I got a trip not next week, but 2 weeks from now. So you know how it is. Just trying to catch up on everything before that happens and not save it for the last second. Even though I have a really bad problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like when it comes to like anything actually entertaining or stimulating, let's see. I watched Moon Knight, the first episode of Moon Knight.
I did as well.
It's all right. It's all right. I was kind of expecting a more mature, darker, more moody atmosphere, but that's not really what we got from it. And I don't know. It's just like I don't know if that's just my fault for like
it is
wrongfully placing my expectations, because all of the trailers that released kind of led me to believe that. But it's still fine. I don't hate it. I think I like it.
Moon Knight crashed a plane into Doctor Doom, my guy.
What's your point, bro? You telling me?
I think
that's it.
Look, you gotta have. I mean, I was expecting it to be just a little bit weird, So I mean,
that it is. I like the whole. Sorry, I don't know if we can really get into spoilers. Like, yeah, it's the first episode.
We both watched it, so yes, spoilers are safe.
It's kind of like
all I gotta do is just say spoilers for Moon Knight.
You've been warned for Moon Knight spoilers here. Let this be your final warning. I kind of like the whole aspect of us as an audience also kind of like not knowing what's going on, like between those segments where wakes up and realizes, oh shit, what have I just done? What's going on? Like I kind of like that. It's like that confusion is pretty cool, but I found it jarring. So I don't know how you felt about that. I thought it was all right. It's just kind of a bit jarring at times. I feel like that was the point, though. Maybe I don't really understand because so much happened in the first episode that was. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but I think I liked it. I think it was all right. I mean, what do you have to say about the show? I know that like this isn't technically like a segment of any kind, but I just want to know, like, what do you think?
I mean, I'm not really one that can get surprised by I don't know what the truth behind this. I mean, I've been reading Moon Knight since I could read, so it's like I'm not really like one to ask all these questions about who is Honshu, who is Steve Grant. Like, I already know the answers to all those questions, So I'm more interested in how they're going to reveal those answers as to what those answers are in the first place. The only real sort of, I should say, thing that I need to find out as a fan of Moon Knight is whether they're gonna make Khonshu a real deity or a figment of Mark Spector's imagination, which it seems like they're going in the direction that Khonshu is real. And that's the only real question that any sort of person who's read any Moon Knight comic would ever have to ask about any new Moon Knight series is what direction is the writer going to take Khonshu? And I think I already got my answer. So I'm here to just watch the events play out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I think the CGI looked like dog shit.
Oh my god!
This is like you know that green screen of the guy shooting all the guns. Like it looked like that. Like it looked awful. I like you can
the whole car chase.
Oh, that was terrible. That was
so
garbage. Bad. It was terrible. Like I'm pretty sure they filmed like Loki and WandaVision in some part of it in COVID. I couldn't tell. This you can absolutely tell that this was made during COVID.
Yeah.
It's not even as subtle as Spider-Man No Way Home, which was also filmed during COVID. And the only reason that we could tell that it was filmed during COVID is because of the kinds of shots that they used. And I don't even think that argument holds up considering The Batman was also filmed during COVID. And that movie looks jaw-dropping. So I don't know what Marvel TV's excuse is for this looking like this. I mean, I'm pretty sure Hawkeye was also filmed during COVID. And that didn't look nearly as bad. So
that was a show.
There's no excuse for how bad this CG looks. It looks terrible. They really need to up their game. I genuinely would accept if they pulled that episode off of Disney Plus, made us wait another 6 months, and then put it back up with fixed CGI. I'd take it. That's how bad it looks. Like there's no sugarcoating it. It looks fucking amateur.
It does look really bad.
Like I can't believe that we've got Peacemaker also during COVID, and that shows CGI looks film grade. You know, like there's legitimately no excuse. Sure. I'd give that first episode like a 5 out of 10. When I first watched it, I'd probably give it a 9 because I started laughing so hard when Ethan Hawke put the cane between the guy's legs, and me and my friend were laughing because we thought that they were going quote unquote balls to balls. It was really funny.
Okay.
But genuinely, that episode's like a 5 out of 10. I don't think I think if I'm ever gonna rewatch Moon Knight, I'm just gonna skip straight to episode 2. But if the CGI looks like this in every episode, I'm just not going to rewatch it. That was shit. So what else did you do with your week besides watch garbage television?
Wow, the one time that I actually decide to watch shows and you bash me for it? Wow, crazy.
I'm bashing the show, not you. I could fucking bash you for the whole 2 hours if you want.
This is about to be the next. Damn, I'm just sitting here getting roasted for the next 2 episodes. God damn.
I just said I could roast you. I never said I was roasting you.
But
be careful what you wish for.
Sure. Damn, I don't know where that came from. Right. Moving on from that. I've been playing some Fortnite, some more Fortnite. I'm very glad that the no build mode is like finally officially in the game. Because I think we all knew that it was like going to be a separate game mode simply from like everything that was like surrounding the game, like from the loading screen tips to like just conversation and engagement with Fortnite is probably higher than it has been for the past few seasons. I don't know that for sure, but I know that I've seen way more discussion about Fortnite since the no building started than again the past few seasons. But you know that could just be me. That could just be my inner circles, the people that I talk to. Could just be me, but I've been having a lot of fun with that, catching some dubs because you know that's just how it is. This is how it is.
Some solo dubs, I assume.
Yeah. I don't fuck with like squads or trios.
Or your co-hosts.
I have other people to play with.
Or your co-hosts.
Well, yeah. If you told me, if you added me, because you know I sent you a request 3 weeks ago.
Dog, you literally said, "Oh, hey, I'm not going to be able to get on tonight." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
and then you did
like
not
3
even
weeks ago.
I didn't get it.
There's no way because we have mutual friends.
I was
and there's
on.
no way that
I was
those
on.
people-
I was on Fortnite with my cousin. I don't have any friend requests from you. But you
I
also.
think you
But you also
should,
didn't text
but-
me all fucking week. It's the one fucking
Jeez,
time you
okay.
hit me up. It's just. I can't get out at him. God, the listeners are listening to this goddamn fucking friendship fall apart, Joe. It's your fucking fault.
It has been like that since episode 1.
Can't believe this. Can't believe this. Man, was I right? Am I just chopped liver? I can't believe this. My back
Kill
hurts.
yourself, bro.
My
At
back
this
hurts.
point. At this
My back
point,
hurts.
Bro. Just end your life.
I will
End
kill
your
you
existence.
first. I will Chris Benoit
Fucking
you.
do it.
I will do it. I will do it.
That's evil. That is so.
You know what's
evil.
even more evil than that?
Shut the fuck up.
No,
I
listen,
don't want to
listen.
hear it.
Listen. Dude, this is the motherfucking Iron Sheik. You want to know what he said about Chris Benoit's tragedy?
Oh no.
He said that it was cheap heat.
What?
It was cheap heat. Cheap heat. Which implies
Okay.
that Chris Benoit killing his entire family and himself is on the same level as a wrestler insulting the local sports team.
No, come on, bro. Come on.
Put him in the comment clutch. Oh man, that's really
That's
funny.
fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. Iron Sheik just cannot turn it off. Just can't turn it off. Anyway, Fortnite.
Fortnite Battle Pass.
There's no song that can have me crying and bricked up at the same time. Other than that,
Another game that I went back to this week is Max Payne, and
which one?
just the first one because they had a
Classic.
Rockstar sale on Steam,
Classic.
so I got the first and second. I did not get Max Payne 3 simply because that one was not on sale, and I don't feel like paying $20 for it at this point when the PC port has been infamous for running like shit. So I guess I'll wait on that or just get it on PlayStation. But I've been playing Max Payne,
It's not
and
on
wow, I
PlayStation.
forgot. It's what?
It's not on PlayStation. It's only on
Not even
Xbox.
through PS Now.
No, I don't think it's on PS Now. But even if it was on PS Now, A, you're streaming it, and B, it doesn't even run at 60 frames per second. So
That's actual garbage.
doesn't run
Wow,
at 60
good
frames
to
per
know.
second on Xbox Series consoles either. Just letting you know.
Wow.
I know because I own it. It's installed on my Series X. So
How does it feel? How does it feel holding that L?
oh,
Like,
dude,
I
it's
don't-
awful. It's
That's
awful.
actually horrible. I mean,
Yeah.
now that they're not like updating any more of the older games to like run at 60 frames anymore, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's actually
I
horrible.
own it on my PS3, runs at 30 frames per second. Own it on my Series S, runs at 30 frames per second. Can barely fucking run on PCs anyway. So Max Payne 3 is just an L game.
Yeah, that's I don't think it's bad, but
It's pretty good, but it just doesn't run well. But Max Payne 1 though,
just doesn't run well.
goated
Yeah.
title.
I hate how like now that we're on that topic, Max Payne doesn't run like it doesn't run poorly on like current day hardware. It's just that the menus and the UI was definitely not made for like 1080p gaming because a lot of the text is squished and some animations are just like straight like, they just straight up like sometimes break the game. I've had the game crash a few times from me just like diving diving to the right and like the game just crashes. I'm like, oh, okay, great. So I have to find a way because there's got to be some people out there that have modded the game to have it run properly because you know that's just how modders are. Modders are incredibly integral to like any video game ever. I love people that mod. They are the unsung heroes of video games, if you ask me. Because if you look at
Pretty basic.
games like GTA 5, I personally know a lot of people that don't even play online. They just play the RP mods, and that was all completely on the work of modders. And you know what? That's cool. But we're not here to talk about modders. We're here to talk about Max Payne 1. And Max Payne 1 is way it's gonna sound like bad, but it is way harder than I remembered it being. I know that it has like that dynamic difficulty. Actually, I don't know if that first game does. I know the second one does at the very least. But that game fucking kicked my ass when I went back to it for the first time a few days ago. I had completely forgot how to like actually play it. I was just because it was in third camera. I took my mentality of, oh, it's a third-person shooter. I'm going to play it like a third-person shooter, even though that's not how you're supposed to really play Max Payne, you know? But it took a little bit of adjusting to get used to the controls, especially on mouse and keyboard. Controller doesn't work for me. I've tried the Xbox One controller. I've tried the PS4 and PS5 controller. Just none of them work. So I'm stuck with keyboard and mouse. And with keyboard and mouse, the mouse sensitivity is yet again fucked up because it's not made for modern day hardware. So the entire experience is kind of a pain, but I don't mind it because it's Max Payne and the game is incredibly cheesy. I love it for that. If it isn't obvious, I love cheesy shit. Like it makes my heart warm. I don't know why. I just love seeing cringy or cheesy stuff. It makes me happy. Nice. Made me happy. Made me smile.
Pretty based.
I just love the personality of Max Payne. Like just everything about it. I just love Max Payne. It's so much fun. I just wish that Remedy or Rockstar, who technically owns
Rockstar.
Rockstar? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then never mind. My statement is just being thrown out the window. I was going to say, man, I hope that they come back to this game and give it a remaster or even a remake. But, well, you told me that it's Rockstar, so never mind. That is not
Rockstar owns the IP. Remedy made the first two games. They made the first one independently, and then Rockstar published it. And then I believe Rockstar already owned the IP by the time the second one was made. But Remedy still developed that, and then Max Payne 3 was just a purely Rockstar project.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I knew that. Like something happened after Max Payne 2. I don't know if it was just like they just gave them the IP or they bought the IP or something happened. But yeah, so good to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Max Payne, pretty fun. I wish that it was more accessible to people, as in like more people were able to play it. But hey, here we are. But with that said,
it's on PS4.
Maybe with the new PS Plus program that's being introduced, maybe just maybe I'll be able to play it like properly. Maybe
it's on PS4. What are you talking about?
I thought you just said like 3 minutes ago that it wasn't.
No, Max Payne 3.
Max Payne 3. You
talk about Max Payne 1. You're talking about you're here talking about Max Payne 1. I'm like, yeah, it's on PS4. What? No, Max Payne 1 and 2 are on Xbox Series S, and 3 is on there as well for backwards compatibility. Max Payne 1 is on PS4 as a PS2 classic.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That's how I play it to this day.
To this day.
That's how I play it to this day. And that and PCSX too.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask, what is the best Max Payne? Go ahead.
Probably Max Payne 2. That's the most... Well, I don't know if it's the best. It's the one that I have the most memories with. Just because that's the one I first played. Because it was technically my brother's PlayStation, but fucking hand-me-downs. That's the first one I played, so that's the one I have the most memories for. So I would probably say that's the best, purely from like my opinion. But I don't know. I don't know actually.
Wild that you said Max Payne 1 was hard. I got Max Payne 1, but it's wild that you said that shit was hard.
Yeah.
That game is easy
No,
as fuck.
it's definitely harder than what I remember because I haven't played it since I had it on the PlayStation 2, but it was harder than I remember it being. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Damn, that's wild. I hop on that game, I
But now
run through it in
we're-
one try, bro. I don't know.
One try, God motherfucking damn,
Yeah,
son.
shit's easy.
It's not that easy. Come on.
No, it's-
Don't
it's
don't
pretty
try
easy.
to- Nah, come on. If you give that game to someone that has never played,
Oh no fucking
the
shit, Joe. no
well, yeah,
fucking
but
shit.
you're making it out to be like it's an incredible.
You've got two things against you. You're playing it for the first time in a while, and you're playing on a control scheme that you haven't played on it before. You got
Yeah,
two
that's
things
true.
against you. But me hopping on Max Payne 1 in 2017, I think is when I bought it. After not playing it for like a decade, I breezed through that shit.
That's fair. I can't fault you for that. But actually, now that we're on the topic of Rockstar games, I was also playing GTA Online, and wow, I can't believe how ass this game is. I'm tired of it, man. I want something else from Rockstar, and I know. But before you come at me saying that GTA 6 is gonna come, I know it's gonna release, but I'm kind of. I feel like we're in a scenario where GTA 6 is not gonna come for a very long time, maybe 3 or 4 years. I would say 6 years max. I don't think that we're gonna be waiting another half console generation, like half like lifetime for a console generation to get the new GTA entry. But I feel like whenever we do get the new GTA, we're gonna be playing that shit for even longer than GTA 5. Like it is gonna be the PS9 before we get GTA 7.
Jesus Christ. Just crawled right off of twitter.com and came into my podcast. Christ.
What do you mean?
Just
What do
crawled,
you mean?
just crawled right out of some Twitter replies, just into my podcast. Jesus.
Is
I
this a
can't
discussion
believe
that's
this.
being had? I'm not.
No,
on
there is no
GTA
there is no
um,
discussion here, dude. There's no discussion. Y'all just gotta
Then
wait one
what-
more. Y'all just gotta wait one more year, dog.
You
acting
really think it's been another year?
acting like Red Dead did not spend hella time in development. Like I can't just ignore Red Dead. Everybody when they're talking about GTA 6 just ignores the fact that Red Dead 2 came out. Just ignores that. I cannot fucking believe this. It's the most shit. It's the most horse shit discussion.
The
I'm not sure I
thing is
understand.
with that.
Shut up, Siri. No one fucking asked for your opinion. The fucking phone just tried to chime in.
You're just trying to be part of the conversation, bro. Damn.
This is Adam and Joe, not Adam and Joe and Siri. All right, I want
But
to talk
on
to
a-
you,
on a
not the
real note-
goddamn robots.
On
Robots
a
don't
real
have
note,
rights.
though, the thing about Red Dead is that it had an online component that was abandoned, and GTA is still here. It's
Yeah.
still
What's the main
making
draw of
money.
Red Dead?
That you're a cowboy.
No, what's the
Riding
main
a
draw of
horse.
Red Dead? What's the main mode of playing Red Dead?
What do you mean? The story,
What's the
campaign?
exactly the story mode? What's the main mode of playing GTA 5? The online
I
mode.
would say the story.
Nope.
I would say the story.
You
I
are-
don't fuck.
you
I
are-
don't fuck with. the
If this
online,
was
bro.
GTA 4, you'd be right, but you could not be more fucking wrong.
I just I'm so tired of online at this point. I think that's it. I think I'm just burnt out of GTA.
That's
Online,
wild.
Considering that game
That is
has
wild.
absolutely
That
like
is
nothing
wild.
going on most of the time.
That is wild to say
like
that.
outside of like the new content releases that they provide like every few months, it's kind of nothing is really happening in GTA Online for me to care. So I'm.
You know
just-
what you could do to care? You could get on GTA Online on PS5 and play with me. Oh wait, that's right.
Oh, whoa, boo. When?
God, Adam, you actually want friends? Jeez.
Imagine that.
What a fucking loser,
Really?
am I right? Listen. You want to know how to not get burnt out on GTA?
How's that?
You do what I do. You just accept the fact that Rockstar will never miss. And you'll be fine. That's what I do. I know for a fact.
You know what? That's fair.
I know for a fact like that Rockstar Games, whenever they drop a new game, all right, GTA 4 was hot. Episodes from Liberty City was hot. Red Dead Redemption 1 was hot. GTA 5 was hot. Red Dead Redemption 2 was hot. LA Noire was hot. Bully was hot. Max Payne 1, 2, and 3 was hot. Manhunt was hot. Manhunt 2 is their only miss. GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas were hot. Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories were hot. Like, I know for a fact that when Rockstar drops, they don't miss. All right. And when I can sit and play something like GTA Online The Contract that was made after the Hausers and Laszlo left, and it's still just as quality as everything else, if not more quality, I know we'll be fine. GTA 6 is in active development. Red Dead 2 wasn't in active development until after GTA Online launched, and it took 5 years. Red Dead 2 launched like 3 years ago, and then by the time 2023 rolls around, it'll have been 5 years to be in active development. Then we'll be good. Rockstar's a massive global studio with fucking studios in Leeds, in fucking New York City, in San Diego, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true.
So
You're right.
if we just give them time, if we just let them work their magic, we're not going to wait until the PS9 for GTA 7. We just have to let them make their fucking game, because they will deliver. All right. When has Rockstar ever not delivered on a brand new title? I can only name one. And that was Manhunt 2. And that's it. We're not living in the area of the PS2 where we can just recycle fucking assets and don't have to make massive graphical leaps every time we drop a new game. And we can put one out every 1 to 2 years. We're not in that era anymore. Games are a lot bigger. They're a lot more complex. They require a lot more time and a lot more detail and a lot more manpower to make. And if we want GTA 6 to come out, and we don't want Rockstar employees missing their fucking children's births like we did for Red Dead 2, we have to fucking wait. If we want games on that same spectacle, made ethically, we have to let it be. And that's a trade that I'm willing to take. I'm willing to take 2 Rockstar games per game generation if we can allow them to give them their time so they can make their games without working their employees to death. I'm willing to do that.
I just don't understand the work cycle, right? Because there are other studios out here that are making consistent quality games. Like, literally look at Elden Ring. Elden Ring has, in my, like, from what I have played, from all the AAA games that I have played, it has completely shit on. It has completely demolished any other AAA game that has released in the past 4 years. Like, there are a bunch of studios out here delivering quality content consistently. I know that the scope of games like, now that we're using Elden Ring as an example, the scope of Elden Ring and GTA they just don't compare. GTA is bigger and are maybe arguably better in some ways, and a lot of ways actually. But I don't get it. I just don't get it, because they're
How much of
other
Elden Ring is
studios doing
similar to
same
the
thing.
other Dark Souls games?
Sorry?
How much of Elden Ring is similar to the other Dark Souls games? How much?
I mean, it has the same like ambiance. It has the same combat style, combat flow, character building. It has stuff like that. So I mean,
And let me ask you, how similar is GTA 5 to GTA 4 in terms of combat flow and combat style? They're very different. Very different. If you go and you boot up GTA 4 on your fucking Xbox, and you boot up GTA 5 and you switch between HDMIs and you play each one of them, they feel very different. The driving feels different. The gunplay feels different. The worlds feel different. Right. Same goes for GTA. If you don't want to compare 3, compare it to San Andreas. The gunplay is very different. The driving is very different. The worlds have a very different feel. There's less consistency between GTA games other than steal car, shoot cop. That's about the only thing that remains consistent. Everything changes.
That's fair.
The combat
That's fair.
changes, the driving changes, the soundtracks change, the worlds always change. Like, think about that. Every GTA game, except for the spin-off, the mobile spin-offs from the mid-2000s, were set in different cities.
Yeah,
Every single one of them. And it's like, I could, you know, and if they started reusing like old anime, like that's what they did for all the old GTA games back when they were cranking them out. They were always reusing weapons and reusing animations and reusing assets. And I would be willing to play those reuse asset, just slightly changed games every 1 to 3 years, in the same way that I'm willing to play completely new asset, completely different games every, 5 to 8. I'm willing to take that just as much. But this is what they've committed to. You know what I mean? This is what they've decided is the way that they're going to make these games. So I let it be.
Just gotta let it happen, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it's like if they wanted to take a From Software approach to it, where they maintained a similar style between every game and changed mostly just the aesthetics of what the game is and the finer details of its stories, you know what I mean? I'd be fine. But I'm also fine allowing them to make a wholly new experience that maintains the same basic premise while everything else is different. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah.
It's just down to what you want, and I can go either way. I feel like this is the only time I've ever actually thoroughly broken down this. Like every other time we've talked about it, it's always been like Rockstar doesn't miss, just give them time. But now it's like, no, we got to look at this. We got to actually break it down to brass tacks.
Well, I don't want to shit all over your point or anything, but can we just talk about the Tom Clancy open world games? Like those games are so. No, I'm playing. No.
We're not going to talk about those. Those games are mid. Because they are essentially the opposite of what From Software does, not in a sense of they're all completely different, but that they're all way too similar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like if there was a spectrum between GTA and between Rockstar open worlds and FromSoft quote unquote open worlds, and like FromSoft wouldn't even be at the end of that spectrum. Tom Clancy would be at the end of that spectrum. So.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. It's just I guess I'm excited. I mean, of course I'm excited. I just know that when the next GTA drops, I'm gonna be all over because I don't expect any less. I know that the game is gonna be a banger, but god damn, I'm just maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing that we have to wait because now that we have, I mean, this year's pretty packed, so. I think that this year alone will be able to keep us waiting until GTA 6 or whatever the next GTA entry is, because they never said GTA 6, but we're getting that GTA 5 too on that Final Fantasy.
GTA 5 remake. Sephiroth has arrived in Los Santos. I will bring Los Santos destruction. I mean. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Damn, I really forgot what I was going to say. Yes, Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 came out and instantly was in my top 10 games ever made. So it's like my faith has to be in Rockstar. Rockstar's made 2 of my favorite games ever made. So I think they fucking earned my patience at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair.
And the fucking fact that you have not, that you cannot play Red Dead 2 does not sit well with me. That game, oh, it's so fucking good.
Oh, maybe I'll have to play it again because
you need to be in the right headspace to play it.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Because I did play the first few chapters of the game, but I don't know. I didn't really enjoy my time.
You want to know how good Red Dead 2 is? Let me tell you a story. All right. So back in January of 2019, I was hanging out with my friend Manny. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to go to GameStop. We couldn't go to GameStop any other day. And the day that we happened to go, it started pouring rain halfway when we were walking there. It was like had to be like a mile, 2 miles to walk to GameStop. I remember walking the Florida back roads, gross, muddy, and rain puddling up everywhere. We're running across parking lots and water puddles. Get to GameStop, we're wiping ourselves on the merchandise. It's gross. You know, I bought a Dragon Ball Z cup and BioShock and No Man's Sky. Man, I didn't buy anything. He was just tagging along. And the rain, we waited till the rain stopped before we walked home. We were walking home soaking wet, just in the cool, depressing, gray Florida area. And we start singing this song from Red Dead 2. May I stand unshaken. And we're just going. And we go through the whole thing. We just part ways. And we still talk about that to this day. Like it wasn't one of the most, at the time, depressing things to happen, but now it's a fond memory. Red Dead 2 is a fantastic fucking game. I love Red Dead 2. I can't talk enough good things about it. It's a 10 out of 10 game. You need to play it. But that can all be all that you did with your week. Can it be?
I mean, outside of like continuing my playthroughs of the Risk of Rain DLC, the lean loving DLC, and
a trillion ticket DLC.
Destiny 2 stuff. Yeah, that's basically it. I just been on the grind with school. You know how it is, fucking boring as shit, but here we are. I sometimes I wish that I was able to just get a full-time job instead of studying. And I'm not saying that is the solution for everyone, but man, everyone that I know that is currently in school or studying, they hate their lives, and maybe just maybe that might say something. I'm not saying that's indicative of everyone, but I'm just saying. But other than that, yeah, that's been my week. That's been my week. If you want to know anything else about me, about what's going on in my life, about then some shit that I'm complaining about on Destiny, or just want to get into some heated arguments about a shit take that I posted on Twitter.com, you can follow me over there on Twitter.com/Kazanerdy. That's Twitter.com/KAZANERDI. But that's just me. That's my week. Adam, I gotta know. What's up? How's your week been? What have you been up to?
I've only done two things with my week. One of them we just talked about being Moon Knight. The other one being the Lost Judgment DLC, the Kaito Files, a.k.a. Masaharu Kaito's casebook. It was great. It was fantastic. Finally, a good Yakuza DLC. Or second story, I guess. I hesitate to call it a sub-story because that's like already a mechanic. But I think this DLC is good, but I don't think it learned the right lessons. Because the last time the Yakuza did like a secondary sort of story in with their game, it was with Yakuza Kiwami 2, the remake of Yakuza 2, with the little short Majima Saga section, which I said in my Yakuza tier list video amounted to little more than just Yakuza 0 fan service, which I have no problem with. Yakuza 0 is an S tier game. But the Kaito Files, instead of inventing a stupid excuse to have Kaito explore both Kamurocho and Isazaki Ijincho, like they did with Majima and Kamurocho and Osaka, they just have Kaito stay exclusively in Kamurocho until the very last mission, where you get a small little explorable area in Ijincho, and that's about it. Which I thought was kind of shit. You have this whole second city in your game, and you're just not going to use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, I get you.
It was
it's kind
really,
of
really well written, though. It was really well written, really well told. The gameplay is fantastic. Like, Kaito really leans into the wrestling moveset more than Kiryu, but less than Saejima from Yakuza 4 and 5. Like, he's got some pile drivers and super kicks and like some power bombs and whatnot, you know, but nothing on the level of Saejima doing fucking burning hammers and Kiryu doing giant swings. But it's good. It's fun. It's a lot weightier than Yagami's gameplay and a lot less refined, and that's down to the fact that Kaito is himself a ex-Yakuza, which also gotta give props to if this truly is the last game with Yagami as the protagonist, they could not have had a better introduction for Kaito into the franchise, having him tear his own shirt off, a la Kiryu. That was great. That shit had me brick the fuck up.
Oh, I had seen that. Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
That shit, I was sitting there, I was fully erect. Like, yes, this is it. I like the story, you know, I'm a real sucker for love stories, man. I gotta admit it. I'm a real sucker for when two people get together in the end, and like it
I couldn't tell.
you really couldn't. Who'd have thought? But this had me. Yeah, it 10 out of 10. Good story, good gameplay. Sort of weak excuse for not going to Ijin show. I really wanted to go back again so I can see all of the landmarks from Yakuza Like a Dragon again, even though I already did that with Lost Judgment. And it's 2022 and we have no news on any new Yakuza game, which means that we're probably going to get Yakuza 8 this year, because those games are surprisingly annual, and Yakuza Like a Dragon only first came out in 2019. So we're definitely getting Yakuza 8 this year. Finally, we get to continue Ichiban's story, which, if you don't know that I like Ichiban, just look at your screen. Like, it's like asking whether or not
one of the avatars for the fucking podcast.
It's like asking if Joe likes Invader Zim or not. Like, just look at your fucking screen. Like, so that's about all I did with my week. I mean, I watched WrestleMania, but we're gonna get to that later when I do the Wrestling News Roundup, because man, oh man, do we got some big news. I don't know if you saw my Twitter the other day, or I should say on Friday night. But we've got some stuff. Don't check it now, but we've got some news.
I think I caught a glimpse.
We'll talk about it later.
But yeah.
So
sure.
We're going to move on to the big news stories. But if you want to know anything else that I've been doing, or want to hear my opinions about anything I've been experiencing, you can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I've been posting a lot on there. I got damn near 100K views.
I saw blowing up.
Yeah, really blowing up
on me.
On Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Follow me at YVNGDENDE Young Dende. That is YVNGDENDE Young Dende. Let's talk about the Oscars.
Look,
I've got a lot to say. I've got a lot to fucking say.
Okay, then I think
you go
before
first.
You do that. Yeah, I don't have like many thoughts at all. There's no way. I was gonna say, for those that are unaware, like, everyone saw this. This is not something that went under the radar by any means. I just don't care. I don't care that.
I wish I could be you.
I didn't see it live, obviously, because imagine watching any like annual awards show on TV live. Imagine that. Could not be me.
Yeah, neither did I.
I didn't catch it live, but obviously it blew up everywhere. I saw it, I said, that's kind of fucked up, and moved on with my day. However, the internet did not. The internet did not just move on and say, damn, that's kind of fucked up.
Especially
Maybe Will
white
Smith
people
shouldn't have smacked them.
They kept that shit going way too fucking long.
Yes, they did. And I've seen some absolutely horrid takes about the situation.
Awful takes.
From surprisingly white people.
Who the fucking thought?
I would have not.
Hey, let me say this real quick. Listen. Hey, listen. White people, this isn't about you, and you're not related to this case at all. No one cares. This is a black thing. Your opinion, not welcome. Just saying. Fuck your First Amendment rights. No one cares what you have to say. This is not about you. Nothing to do with you. This is a black community issue. Stay the fuck out. Anyways, what were you were saying?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But no, yeah, I saw what happened. I thought, damn, that's kind of fucked up, and I moved on. it got to the point where I had to mute like everything that could possibly come up on my timeline. I had to mute those words. I had to mute a lot of phrases, and I just moved on. I saw what happened and I moved on because I just didn't care. But that is basically all I have to say about the situation. So like, I know you must have a lot of things to say about it.
Because I'm black. Yeah, I do got a lot to say about it because I have been seeing some real hotep takes on my fucking timelines. All of them.
Jesus Christ. Yep.
Some real hotep level takes. All right, so let's get this out of the way first. Yes, absolutely, we should protect black women. Perfect. However, we should not protect black women just to please our own egos. Chris Rock's a comedian. All right, he's a comedian. It is his job to poke fun at these people. And these are a bunch of rich assholes getting together to jack themselves off about how great they are. They can take a couple of fucking jokes. All right. A lot of people have been saying, really hey guys, Chris Rock shouldn't have made fun of Jada Pinkett's alopecia. Yeah, and Will Smith shouldn't have slapped somebody who's actually neurodivergent. No jokes. So
yeah, true. Yeah.
You know what? You guys can suck my fucking dick. I mean, I laughed at it because it's fucking hilarious. Obviously, it's really fucking funny that Chris Rock got slapped. It's also really fucking funny that Will Smith's wife groomed her son's best friend. All right, that is also really fucking funny. All right.
Yikes.
But where were you people who are congratulating Will Smith when he was getting emasculated? When all of black Twitter was laughing at him, including me. Where were y'all at? I'm also now laughing at Chris Rock for getting slapped. You know why? Because I don't care that these celebrities are beefing with each other. I just like laughing. It gets to the point where I have to be serious when you guys say that you can't say that quote, it's not a joke because that's gaslighting. Are you kidding me? Would you niggas rather men start slapping people when their egos get bruised? Because let me tell you, if anyone's gonna bite the bullet on that situation more than anyone, it's gonna be black women getting their shit beat when they call their husbands out and say something that their husband doesn't like and their ego gets hurt. No one's gonna take the backlash on this situation more than black women. All right. So y'all, if y'all want to talk about men should be defending themselves like this, no one's being defended other than Will Smith's ego. Jada didn't fucking didn't fucking do anything other than roll her eyes. She laughed when Chris Rock got smacked. That bitch don't care about black men. That bitch don't even care about her husband.
No, I think we've known that.
You know how fucking stupid you have to be to slap a nigga over a woman who doesn't care about you or respect you? How fucking stupid you gotta be? Yes, we all know that Will Smith fucked Margot Robbie. We all know that. But do you think he wanted to do that first? You think he would have done that if his wife hadn't fucked around on him? Probably not.
That's true.
This nigga Will Smith is not in a good place right now. But y'all don't fucking care. Would y'all have said the same thing if Kanye West slapped Pete Davidson? Would fucking Will Smith have slapped The Rock? Would he have slapped Ricky Gervais? Would he have slapped Dave Chappelle? Nope. But he slapped Chris Rock because he knew he could do it. Because he knew he can get away with it. He knew that he could emasculate another man. Because he got emasculated. But the difference is he was emasculated by his own fucking wife who turned him into a joke. Would Will Smith have slapped Chris Rock if he would have compared Jada Pinkett Smith to fucking Okoye or the Dora Milaje? Probably not.
Yeah.
Same joke, same punchline, same premise. Jada Pinkett's bald, and she even went on record and said, "I do not care what you think about my bald head." Clearly, she fucking does. You must have seen my TikTok.
Yeah, I did. I think,
girl, your ass lying like a motherfucker. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, like, Chris Rock may have been out of pocket with that joke, I will say, but he did not deserve to get slapped over that. Yeah, take your fucking bumps.
In no world.
Take your fucking bumps and go home. That's what you're supposed to do. Take your fucking award and go home. Now you're out of the academy. Now you might have to turn in that fucking Oscar. The only Oscar you've ever won. Just because you got your feelings hurt over a joke that had nothing to do with you.
Imagine that.
Hey, Will Smith, guess what, you fucking dumbass nigga? People didn't like you before. People don't like you now, my nigga. Your dumbass son will go on Twitter to fucking defend you like their best friend was not getting fucking groomed by their mom.
Yep. Yeah.
You realize that? Your dumbass wife not only cheated on you, but publicly emasculated you. And you still think it's cool to defend her like that, huh? How good is Jada Pinkett's pussy? That she let Tupac hit, that she let August Alsina hit, but she not letting you hit. You dumbass nigga.
There's gotta be something going on behind the scenes because there's no fucking way. There's no way that this man is that fucking pussy whipped that he went out here to do that on live television.
Listen, I want to tell an actual story. The reason why I'm taking this so seriously and getting so mad is hey there, everyone. Adam here with a post-show interruption. I'm here in the editing process, and I kind of realized that this story that I tell, while it's very important to the message that I'm trying to get across, I think it kind of kills the sort of flow and the mood of the podcast irreversibly. So I'm taking it out. I do realize that it's kind of fucked, considering I told like a really personal story related to bullying and, the power of using your words over your fists. However, I also am a person who edits a fucking podcast and tries to maintain a consistent mood throughout. So unfortunately, I'm going to be cutting it, but there's no stopping me from telling that story at a later date on another podcast. It's not that it was hard for me to tell her anything. I kind of got it off my chest in a really healthy way. But it's just, I just need to maintain the sanctity of the product at the end of the day. So apologies, but we're moving on to the next topic now. So PlayStation Plus, let's talk about that. Just radically shifting fucking everything about that shit. Xbox Game Pass exists. We got to compete with it? How do we do that? Well, let's offer 3 PS Plus plans. Holy shit, I can't believe I said that correctly without stuttering. Look at me, dude.
PS Plus plans. Damn.
A real tongue twister, real titty twister. So, before we actually list out the details of these new PS Plus plans, again, with no flaws, what was your reaction upon first hearing about it?
I was a little bit confused, I won't lie, because I thought that so from what I understand, it's basically just adding 2 new tiers, right? It's just there's 3 in total, but the basic bitch ass one is basically just PS Plus as it exists now. And I thought that that it was something completely new, but after actually researching upon it, I think this is fine. I don't think that $60 or no, sorry, it's $13 a month for like the most expensive one.
No, I thought it was $18 a month. It was $17.99 for the premium plan, and
that was $13 for
the plus plan,
the one below it. Yeah. I feel like that's a bit steep, even for someone who plays games a lot. I feel like that's definitely very steep, considering that the ultimate for Xbox Gold, which gets you obviously Game Pass and Xbox Gold benefits, both of them, is only $15 a month, as far as I know, unless they changed it, which I don't know if they did. But
no, it's $15 a month for $15 a month for Gold, Game Pass, and EA Play.
Yeah. So that in itself, that package to me sounds a lot better than just having some PlayStation like PS like sorry, like PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP games accessible at some time, at
Holy
some point in
shit.
time.
I've never heard such big cap on my podcast before.
What do you mean? That sounds like
The PSP?
I don't know. Yeah.
Dog.
What's wrong with it, bro?
Look, $15 a month for 3 generations of Xbox games is cool. $18 a month for 5 generations of PlayStation games plus PSP? That is
I don't know.
$2 extra. $2 extra for 3 extra generations.
But again, not every single PS game is gonna be there. It's only gonna be
not every single Xbox game is on fucking Game Pass.
Well, yeah, but not every single. They have said only certain titles will be on the PlayStation lineup, on the PS Plus lineup, and if those are games that I personally don't care about, we've still yet to see which ones they are because obviously it hasn't released yet. I don't get it. I don't really see the appeal.
You're saying that like most of the Game Pass library is not shit tier games.
It's not. No. The Game Pass does have a lot, and I mean a lot of hidden gems in there. It has a lot of good shit in there.
That is quite a statement.
I'm for real. Go through the Game Pass library on both PC and Xbox. They have a lot of good shit there. It's just that people don't play it, even though it's not free because you get charged for it. But you have a huge selection, and a lot of those games are good. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that fucking Gex was on there at some. no. But really, no. There are a lot of good games in there. I don't know what you mean. I don't get it. I care more for the selection of Xbox games than I probably would for PlayStation games, because like the games that they would realistically bring back are, I don't know, from like the top of my head, I don't think Metal Gear Solid 1 through 4 are gonna appear on there. I will say I don't think that's gonna happen. But if we have games like the older GTA titles, we have Tom Clancy, we have what's that one military strategy game? I used to play that shit a ton. SOCOM. Like they'll have a lot of first party PlayStation games, but if they're games that I don't care about, I'm gonna go to
name
sleep.
Name some shit tier PlayStation exclusives. I'll wait.
Well, I don't have any off the top of my head, but if the library was there and I saw that a lot of them weren't interesting to me, then I don't care. I just don't care.
Crazy, dog. Crazy.
I do not care.
I guarantee you they're not going to put fucking Fatal Fury Battle Archives on this shit, all right? I'm just saying they're going to be fucking, what is it? They're going to be just like the hits, all right? And that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine.
Is it
plus
fine,
PSP,
though,
plus PSP, $18 for PSX, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, and PSP, 6 generations for $18? Yes.
Are you going to be taking advantage of that value though?
Yes.
Like, are you not gonna go back to playing the same few games after the first few months? You're really gonna be taking advantage of the full library every single month for every single time.
Let me tell you this. I am more predisposed to liking the PlayStation library than the Xbox library. So yes, I'd be more likely to take advantage of that. I barely take advantage of Game Pass. Only when there's like a real new release that comes straight to Game Pass, or like a really hot indie title that comes straight to Game Pass, I'll take it. But I pay full price for Game Pass Ultimate because it's $5 extra then it's $5 over Xbox Live Gold for free games. And if I can occasionally get a good free game out of Game Pass, then I'll take it. But most of the Game Pass library, I already own it on PlayStation or Xbox, or it's mid. All right. If a game is that good,
fair.
if a game is on Game Pass and it's already that good, I probably already own it somewhere else. So,
well, I think the problem is I'm just trying to think of like some PS2 games. You have like Shadow of the Colossus. I got a remaster. Final Fantasy X also has a remaster. Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 1. Well, I guess. Fucking the old Gran Turismo games, Kingdom Hearts, Persona, Beyond Good and Evil. Like a lot of these games are already readily available. I don't see what the purpose of going back to these older games when you could just play them natively on your
Sly
own
Cooper,
hardware without
Spyro,
having-
all the old Ratchet and Clanks. Like,
Are those not accessible? I thought those were on PS Now.
all the original 3 Sly Coopers, I don't think they are.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that they were because I remember I got like the free month and I checked it out and I said, okay, this is cool. And then I played Infamous and that was it.
Like Virtua Fighter 4, that's a PS2 exclusive that could come to that platform. You know, all the old Tekkens, like Tekken 4, 5, 6. Like,
okay, you know what? The PS1 does have.
yeah, the
It should
PS1
be
Metal
good.
Gear Solid.
Parappa the Rapper, hello.
That too. That
Oh,
also used to
Bandicoot?
be. That also used to be a fucking thing. All the old God of Wars, God of War 1, 2, Chains of Olympus, Ascension, like Ghost of Sparta, like all of those old ass games. PSP games, like the fucking GTA Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, shit like that. Like, just sleeping. I can't, like, you got to start listing the games out that aren't available and that would become available by doing this. And the library could expand into the future. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
So it's like,
I guess.
if we're getting 6 generations as a starting point with expanding libraries, then that shit should already sell you on that $18 a month. That should be a foregone conclusion. As I sit here and look at my massive library of PS2 games, like, imagine we get Sonic Heroes on PS4, the PS2 version.
You got me there. That is all you had to say.
Sonic Heroes, come on! I knew I could do it.
French is the language of love. Oh, say it again, Dexter.
Yeah, Sonic Heroes is the shit. Oh, I think that was like the second episode we had that whole Sonic Heroes was always good, y'all niggas was just hating. And yeah, it was.
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
still is.
for sure.
Trust me, because I played it a couple months ago. I can lean down and pick up the disc. Sonic Heroes
Always
is the
good.
shit. Imagine hating
I
Sonic
think it was
Heroes.
the fucking the GameCube port I heard was not as good. So like I guess if that's the way that people experience the game, sure. But I don't know enough about it to be like, oh yeah, it's definitely inferior to the PlayStation 2 version because that's the version I played.
Imagine owning a GameCube instead of a PS2. Could never be fucking me.
In that age, yikes!
Could never be fucking
What,
me.
you gonna go play fucking the only like good title on there being Wind Waker and Melee? That like
Luigi's Mansion.
congratulations.
Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, I completely forgot that was on there. Yeah,
Luigi's
you're right.
Mansion.
You're right.
It's like all the best games on the GameCube are, here's a shocker, Nintendo exclusives.
Shock, horror, lightning crackle, lightning crackle, lightning crackle.
You know what I would rather own over a Nintendo GameCube?
A Soldier Boy console.
I'll give you 2 more guesses.
A plug and play, a SpongeBob plug and play.
I owned one of those, actually. I owned one of those.
Oh, for real?
Yes, I did. Yes, the Fry Cut Games plug and play game. I owned that. But there's something else that I would rather own other than a GameCube over a GameCube.
Literal feces in your hand. I feel like that's better than the GameCube.
A Sega Dreamcast.
Go for shit.
Crazy how
Gosh, Mickey.
crazy how Shenmue is the literal shit. I love Shenmue. You got to be a real ascended person to enjoy Shenmue, though.
Either that or an incredibly boring person. There is no in between.
No in
There's
between.
none.
You're either retarded or you're insanely smart, thinking on like a fucking 6-dimensional level to love Shenmue. You can't be just like, gee, golly, I'm Joe Schmo. I love Shenmue. You can't. You can't. You're either the smartest guy on the planet or like the dumbest guy, most mundane
the dumbest
person.
guy pretending to be smart.
It's all the Shenmue fans gathered together, and it's just a Weezer album cover. Oh man!
You know, speaking of, I completely forgot that the anime aired, and I haven't watched it.
It did? Oh my god!
Yeah, it aired.
When?
I thought it was like the beginning of this year.
Oh, dude, nobody must have
I
watched
remember
it.
seeing an advert on Adult Swim when I was actually watching TV at the time. So I assumed that it was airing around that time. But
First episode
knows? I
aired
guess
February
it's really
6th. Oh, it's
Yeah.
on Hulu? Oh man, I could watch this
Oh, that
right
makes
now.
sense. That makes sense.
Let's see it. Where's Shenmue at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Gotta put it on my list. Shenmue. Gotta watch with live TV. God damn it. God damn it, Hulu. How come every goddamn thing on your fucking platform is gated behind a goddamn subscription? Oh, it's still airing too. All right, cool. I will absolutely watch this shit. That is wild. I did not know this thing was getting any sort of viewers. Fuck, I was so excited about this too, and then I just forgot that it exists. Jeez, what a goddamn fucking idiot I am. And of course, oh wow, the US Shenmue animation account has more followers than the Japanese one. That is surprising. That is mad surprising. Holy shit. I always knew that the American Shenmue fans carried the franchise, but never like this. Wow. That's fantastic.
Actually, I'm not really too surprised about that, considering that I don't know if you remember, but this was what 2015, 2016 when Shenmue 3 was revealed on the Sony stage at
Yes.
E3.
2016.
Yeah, I knew it was around there. Well, considering that they revealed it over here in the West,
Yeah.
even though it's a Sega-owned title, I'm not too surprised that the West loves Shenmue more than Japan does, and that kind of makes sense.
It's usually the other way around.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm so
The
surprised.
Kickstarter kind of the Kickstarter that for Shenmue 3 kind of proved that too.
Yeah, very true. Oh man. But you know what's fucking what is it that I know the release date for?
What do you know the release?
Sonic
date
the
for?
Hedgehog 2.
I came. Thanks.
It's coming out in 5 days. Can't wait to go watch that shit on Sunday the 10th. And then we're going to discuss spoilers on the podcast. Abs-fucking-lutely.
I won't be able to watch it until
Cool.
the week after.
Cool. We could just
So-
record Sunday night. Who gives a fuck? It's our fucking
Big
podcast.
bet. Big bet.
It's our fucking podcast. So, like, I
I'm
refuse.
so excited.
Yeah, it's because it's great. People have been saying that there might be a chance the shadows in the end credit scene. That'd be so hot. That'd be so hot. Just imagine the end credit scene is like Shadow and Maria looking at like Earth from the space station. Oh,
Oh, right.
Oh.
Maria.
yeah, we
Bruh.
forgot about Maria
Forgot she was-
Robotnik.
Yeah, I completely forgot she was even a character.
Forgot
When's the
about
last time we even
Maria.
saw her?
Sonic Adventure 2.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure she
we
only
the ones who
appeared
forgot, huh?
in Sonic Adventure 2 and appeared in Sonic X, and that's it. She's appeared in Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Rivals, Sonic Chronicles, The Dark Brotherhood. Oh, okay. So discounting all the time she's only been mentioned or made a cameo, she's only appeared in Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog. That's it.
So we weren't the only ones who forgot about Maria.
I never forgot about Maria. I didn't. I didn't forget about Maria Robotnik or fucking Gun or Space Colony Arc. I remember all that shit. I played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the PlayStation 2. I own it on my Xbox Series S. I played it like a couple months ago.
Damn, bro.
It's because Sonic Adventure 2 is that hotness.
That's true. That's true. That's fact.
That's not ridiculous to say that.
It's not ridiculous to say that.
Sonic Adventure 2 is the Final Fantasy 7 of Sonic. Okay, like that. And Sonic Heroes is the Final Fantasy 8 because it's better. I don't make the fucking rules.
Ooh, I'll have to come back to that one simply because it's been so long since I played SA2. But I don't know. I don't know if that's
combined. I know it's available on Steam for $10, and then you can buy the battle add-on for $10. I think it's the same price on Xbox as well.
Okay.
Where the base game is $10, battle add-on is. I think it actually might be less than $10 actually for the battle add-on. Maybe like $2 or $3. So, still
might
a
have
great
to check it out.
Definitely, Sonic Adventure 2 is the shit. Like I can't like Sonic Adventure 2 is the Street Fighter 2 of Sonic. It's the Dark Souls 1 of Sonic. Man.
Actually, going back to the whole Shadow showing up in Sonic 2, I really hope that he does. I put my Destiny 2 characters on the line, all of them with their gear.
God,
I said on Twitter,
you said if what?
Shadow is not in the post-credit scene for Sonic 2, I will delete all of my characters. That means all.
God, don't let him show up. Don't let him show up. We can break him of this cycle. We can break him.
I am hoping and praying that Shadow the Hedgehog does not show up.
You know what? Matter of fact, let's also change that. Shadow has to be in the end credit scene, and you have to. If Shadow isn't in the end credit scene and you don't go see the Batman before the end of the week, you're gonna delete your Destiny characters. There you go.
Ooh, okay.
Just give you an extra kick in the pants to go fucking see the Batman, please. Please,
I will watch it. Deadass, I will.
No,
right now. Hey, all right. This podcast has ended. I'm gonna go watch the Batman. See y'all.
Have you have you heard the theme song?
The theme song
to the Batman?
No.
Neither did I. And then I went to the theater without having heard the theme song, and it was even better because of it. So dumb. Like, you need to see the Batman ASAP. Best Batman movie ever. It's in the top 5. Anyway, we can discuss that more later. WrestleMania Night 1 happened, and I was watching it right before we started recording. And man, what a night. Instead of going through the matches in order, I just want to highlight a couple ones that I thought were worth talking about. We had Rey and Dominic Mysterio versus Logan Paul and Mike the Miz.
Wait.
Listen.
Who?
Great match. But the fact that I had to watch Rey Mysterio and his son job to Logan Paul is trash.
No.
Yep.
No way.
We're pulling their Latin cards. We're pulling them. We're pulling them.
True.
Nope. I watched it. Hey, Alex. Come here, buddy. Come here, bud.
This can't be.
Hey, Al. Didn't we watch the Mysterio family job to Logan fucking Paul? Yeah, see? Yes, we did.
Holy shit. Wow.
Thanks, buddy. Okay. Next match that's worth talking about, not Seth Rollins versus Cody. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. It was the best match of the night, by far. By fucking far. My God.
You say that, yeah.
Yep. It's not ridiculous to say that. That was the best match of the night. That was the dead in the middle of the show. Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch, fucking fantastic wrestlers. They left their hearts out in the ring, and we got us a new Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. Fucking deserved it. I love Bianca Belair. She's great. Next, of course, Seth versus Cody. Just proving what I said right. That all Cody wanted was just to become a big star. You got it. Have fun in the mid-card, asshole. Not final match we're talking about. Second to last match that's worth talking about and that was in the show. Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair retains the SmackDown Women's title. Great. It was a great match full of a lot of great moments and spots. Bianca versus Becky was still better, though. And then last match of the night, last match that we're talking about, for now at least, until tomorrow, when I'm done with WrestleMania Night 2. Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in a no holds barred match.
Oh shit!
Kevin Owens got
Word?
stomped. Kevin Owens got stomped. Stone Cold has not wrestled in 19 years and took a suplex on open concrete. So the man is kicking ass, and he kicked Kevin Owens' ass, stunned the shit out of him, drank like 5 beers. Man's raised some hell. I'm thank God.
That's actually awesome. That's hype as fuck. That's hype.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Growing up after Stone Cold had retired, I really haven't when I've seen him like on TV, he's only ever shown up, drank a beer, and stunned a guy and left. But this was an actual match, straight up, and it went all throughout the arena and the ring and the outside area. It was great. Props to Stone Cold for doing that, and good fucking job, guys. I cannot wait until tomorrow with Night 2, because we're getting Edge versus AJ Styles.
Oh,
and we're getting a fatal 4-way tag match. And my girl Sasha Banks is in it. I that's gonna be such a good match. And then we're obviously getting Brock versus Roman, but I'm sleeping. I don't want to see it again. I mean, we've seen Brock versus Roman plenty of times already. I don't care enough to see it again, but I mean, it's WrestleMania, so I kind of am gonna watch it. But the most important news of the wrestling news roundup comes by way of Ring of Honor / AEW, because I don't know if you saw on Twitter, but I'm going to send you this tweet now. I want you to read it too. I want you to read the picture, I should say, to the world, or to our listeners, I should say.
Of course.
There's the DM.
Let's see here.
We were just talking about this.
Oh, motherfucker.
Samoa Joe
is
official. All elite.
Is all elite. Yes, sir.
That's right. Samoa Joe appeared at the end of the Supercard of Honor on Friday night, and he's going to be confirmed making an appearance this week's episode of Dynamite. Oh, I can't wait for it. I can't wait. After the fucking Supercard of Honor, this motherfucker got up and he was like, and somebody asked him in the press conference afterwards, they were like, who are you excited to face? And he said, I'm excited to face everybody, but I just want them to remember that when they get in that ring with me, they're not special. They're not unique. They want to come in here thinking that they're the top guy in this company. Get in that ring with me. Let's change that perception. I was like, damn! Samoa fucking Joe. Ugh, that shit's hot. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Sexy.
I can't wait. I'm really excited. God damn it, Tony Khan. Put on an absolute banger of a pay-per-view with Supercard of Honor. Guys like fucking Jay Lethal and the Briscoes and Minoru Suzuki winning his first American title. And then at the end, Samoa Joe coming out as All Elite. Right to my heart. Right to my heart.
That's sick. That's sick.
God.
Seeing all the people in these replies go absolutely crazy. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. It's because who doesn't love Samoa Joe? Like, who doesn't fucking... Like, who is not excited to watch fucking Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, and Samoa Joe, all fucking former faces of Ring of Honor, go against each other on AEW Dynamite? Who doesn't want to see that? Who doesn't want to see them go into the new version of Ring of Honor that's owned by Tony Khan and not see them just put on god tier matches? Every single one of those guys is a fucking fantastic wrestler. It goes without saying. And now that they're all together, I can't wait for that streaming deal to come in so we can get the Ring of Honor and AEW tape libraries. Like, come on, when are we going to get the AEW network? Like we got for WWE. When are we going to get that? I cannot wait. Man, it's a good time to be a wrestling fan, let me tell you.
It seems, I believe you.
So if you want to see what the good shit is, you tune in Wednesdays at 8/7 Central on TBS for AEW Dynamite, and Fridays at 10/9 Central for AEW Rampage. And then just watch whatever WWE shit is on fucking Peacock. Okay, guys, coming at you after the podcast has been recorded for a quick sort of recap and review of WrestleMania Night 2 and a summation of my best, my overall thoughts. So, Night 2, we had RK Bro with Randy Orton, Matt Riddle, Alpha Academy with Otis and Chad Gable, the Street Profits with Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, all competing for the Raw Tag title. It was an interesting opener, but it was not too terribly interesting. It was pretty good. I liked a lot of the surprise RKOs and suplexes and all that stuff, but I didn't find it too terribly interesting. Right after, we got Bobby Lashley versus Omos, and my brother and I had a fantastic time watching this match. Omos makes Bobby Lashley look like really small, and Bobby Lashley is 6'3". That's primarily because Omos is like 7'3". But it was a pretty good match. It was short, it was sweet, and I liked it a lot. Next up, we had Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn in an Anything Goes match, and this is my match of the night. This was a really entertaining, really funny match. And I was like, man, it's gonna be real hard for you guys to top a fucking wee man coming out and slapping Sami Zayn and slamming him and shit. That was so fucking funny. And then Chris Pontius out there as well. I was like, man, the only way this could get better is if fucking Steve-O came out, but I thought it was great. And it's my opinion the match of the night. The next match we had was the women's Fatal 4-Way Tag match. You had Sasha Banks, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, Carmella, Natalya Hart, and Shayna Baszler. And it's my opinion that it was the second best match of the night. And big ups to Naomi and Sasha Banks for the win. That was really entertaining. I loved all the different spots. It seemed like it could have been like incredibly chaotic, but it wasn't. Especially the camera direction was consistent, focusing on a few people at a time. I liked how the match was shot, and I liked a lot of the spots, especially, where everybody fell down in the ring at once. That was really good. But like I said, big ups to Naomi and Sasha for the win. Is this the magic that Jade Cargill was talking about? All right, next we have AJ Styles versus Edge. This was a completely classic match. I like how it had just a completely normal, completely regular, old but gold sort of match direction where you start with the lockups, then you go for the big moves, and you end with a big surprise finish. I like it. We're already planting the seeds for a new storyline where Edge is building his stable. I like that a lot. Those guys are amazing workers, and as I found out later, the cut on AJ Styles' face is actually from the pyro. So I was like, damn, there's no way they already got to each other backstage or something. No. It's the pyro. Next, we have, in my opinion, the worst match across the two nights, and that is the New Day / Kofi Kingston Xavier Woods versus Sheamus, Ridge Holland with Butch. I'm mad at this match because, Kofi and Xavier come out in these fucking tribute outfits to Big E, and then they job to Sheamus and Ridge Holland in 2 minutes. That was unfucking believably bad. Come on, guys. And I think it's because they had to do it for time, because they cut them from night 1 and then they moved them to night 2, because it was originally, I believe, supposed to be a 6-man tag with the full New Day of Kofi, Xavier, Big E versus Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch. But because Big E got injured, big ups to Big E, by the way, they had to cut it for time, I think. That's unfortunate. It could have been better. If it would have been like 10 or 12 minutes, I would have been fine, but no, it wasn't. We get to the penultimate match of Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory with Vince McMahon as sort of a manager, and it was okay. But I was more entertained once Vince McMahon jumped in and had his match. He like punted a football into Pat McAfee's face. It was really funny. But fucking Austin showed up, fucking Stone Cold showed up and fucking went in and started stunnering everybody, and Vince McMahon took the worst fucking stunner I've ever seen in my life, and Austin just laughing his ass off, started drinking like hella beers again. It was really good. It was really funny. I liked it a lot, and I was really surprised. I thought Austin was gonna be there for the one fucking day, but no. Like when as soon as that glass shattered, I was like, oh shit, the Texas rattlesnake has arrived. That was pretty good. And then finally, the main event of the whole of WrestleMania, we have Brock versus Roman. It was about what you would expect, honestly. It was just more of everybody spamming their finishers, and the match was over in like less than like 10. It could not have been less than 10 minutes. I don't. It certainly fucking felt like it though. Roman wins the both belts. The undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns. It was okay. As for what I'd say is the best match of WrestleMania, I think I'd have to give that one up to Bianca and Becky Lynch. Their match was just straight up classic women's wrestling. I loved it a lot, and I'm very very proud of Bianca Belair for taking that Raw Women's title. That was just a fucking phenomenal match. Big ups to both Bianca and Becky. I liked a lot of while I liked Bianca's Bianca's wrestling in that match more, I liked Becky's storytelling in that match as well. So that was great, and I think this is a good WrestleMania. It was also my little brother's first WrestleMania, so I felt happy to share that with him as well. So as much as I trash on the WWE's product for being shit, we still have the Raw after WrestleMania, which is always a special show, so to look forward to. And I can I'm looking forward to telling you guys about that and about this week's episode of Dynamite featuring Samoa Joe and all that on the podcast. So thanks for listening to the Wrestling Report, and I'll see you guys later. So you told me yesterday about a special news story about Bungie getting sued. I want to hear about this.
Yeah. This entire case is absolutely fucking wild. So you're gonna want to sit down because this is. I
don't know nothing about it, so I'm at the mercy of your storytelling.
Yeah, you're. This is gonna be a little bit long. I will warn you because there's so much that has happened over the past few weeks over this lawsuit that let me begin, right? So at the very end of March, Bungie filed a lawsuit. Surprise, surprise. So going into the future, if YouTube changes their DMCA takedown policies and their procedures and whatever, like the entire process of claiming a video, it might solely be because of Bungie. Now, that sounds crazy. Yeah, it sounds crazy, but let me explain, right? So about 2.5 weeks, closer to 3 weeks at this point, but about 3 weeks ago, several Destiny YouTube channels, such as My Name is Bife, which Bife does a lot of like the lore content, As the Cross, which is just like a general content creator, and Promethean uploaded stuff like cutscenes and music that is no longer in the game, so providing a service that is not currently available. All of their channels were taken down by what we had assumed to be Bungie's legal team. And, as a result, all Destiny content on YouTube, it completely stopped for a few days. There was nothing on YouTube relating to Destiny uploaded within those days that everyone was freaking out. As the Cross was the only one to receive actual takedowns, so he had 2 strikes on his channel. It got to the point where he uploaded his video, or what he thought was his last video ever, saying, yeah, I might leave this channel behind. I might have to start from scratch because Bungie has taken down 2 of my YouTube videos. And everyone was freaking out. We're like, Bungie, what the fuck? What's going on here? Like, he's a pretty famous figure in the Destiny community. So for that to happen is, if it's happening to him, it might have happened to literally anybody else. Considering his size, no one was safe.
Right.
A few days pass and complete radio silence from Bungie. Several days passed before a community manager finally replied on Reddit and said that Bungie's aware and they can't really make a comment as of writing that. But that's kind of like that's kind of suspicious. It's like, why can't you make a comment? This is your game. This is something that's affecting your community. This is your game that's being affected. Like so everyone got extremely annoyed, and everyone like the Destiny forums, like every single subreddit related to Destiny was they went into a frenzy for that time. They're like, okay, Destiny's officially dying. It is dead. Bungie does not care about the player base, and we felt like they betrayed our trust. So it just seemed odd, considering that ever since Halo, since before they were even making Destiny, they have always been they've always promoted player created content. Literally the Forge mode existed in Halo. They have always been like the gaming company, or sorry, gaming developer to care about their community. They were known for caring about and looking after their community. And you wanna take a guess what happens next?
Uh, does somebody get like their channel taken down or something, or does Bungie just be like, nah, we could honestly give a fuck?
Even worse, even fucking worse.
Oh no.
One day after this statement was made, for like this official statement was made from Bungie's own YouTube channel was hit with copyright strikes. Their own fucking channel.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they hit Bungie as well. The strike appeared to be legitimate, but obviously you're not able to copyright strike yourself. That does not make sense. These people aren't smart. Like the people who went after Bungie are not very smart.
Yeah.
They thought that taking down their own content on their own YouTube channel was smart, but people are just really stupid, huh? This is what we've gotten to. This is when they actually came forward and said, and I quote, "We're aware of a series of copyright takedowns on YouTube, and we're actively investigating. This includes content on our own Bungie channels. These actions are not being taken care of, these actions are not being taken at the request of Bungie or our partners. Please stand by for future updates." So that is when we finally realized, it's not Bungie. This is a deeper problem than Bungie coming after their creators. So about a week passes, and these people have their strikes removed. Everything goes back to normal. They made a statement in one of their TWABs, which is like a weekly update. It stands for This Week at Bungie. Every Thursday, it's like a week by week update on what's happening in the game. In there, they stated that for anyone who wants to upload content that is not that doesn't have its own spin on it, basically. So like if it's a straight up rip from the game, so channels that would upload like music or cutscenes, they would actually have to email Bungie and verify that it's okay first. I don't remember the exact wording because it was a long ass it was long ass paragraph explaining like the legal processes behind it. And I find it weird that they did that, because I feel like if this hadn't happened, that wouldn't have never been a thing, because people have been uploading this music and these cutscenes and this gameplay for years without any problems. And to find this situation to be the one where they finally say, "Oh, hey, to use this content, you need to ask us first." I didn't really understand that, but like it is what it is, I guess.
Bungie deadass went to the Nintendo School of Copyright. Just learned nothing from watching those guys get fucking skewered by the fans. They
did say that most of like as long as it isn't currently in the game, that it should be okay. So like at least there's that, but it's still kind of cringy, I will say. A little bit after that, Bungie files the lawsuit against the parties claiming to be Bungie. That's crazy. And you might be wondering, well, who are these people? Who are these idiots dumb enough to try to impersonate Bungie. You know as much as I do at this current moment. These people have not been identified. They have not come forward. Nothing. We have nothing on them yet. We just know that these people are out there and that it's in a group of, or they have around 10 to 12 people that they have in mind, but we don't know anything yet. The lawsuit, like, or sorry, like in all of like the legal shenanigans, like all that legal talk that is actually in the paper, the lawsuit slams YouTube systems, their copyright systems, and this is a direct quote. As discussed herein, the defendants were able to do this because of a hole in YouTube's DMCA process security, which allows any person to claim or represent any rights holder in the world for purposes of issuing a DMCA takedown.
Holy shit.
Bungie,
YouTube operating on them Texas abortion laws? Crazy, dude. Crazy. YouTube got that Texas abortion copyright.
Yes. Right? Bruh, like this whole thing, I didn't like. I knew that the copyright system was problematic before, but seeing as how big YouTube is, and then like their security for this and how they just kind of just leave it to be is crazy. That is crazy.
That actually makes sense as to why representatives of companies can issue copyright takedowns on behalf of that company. Like for example, right? Like, I'm not even gonna go bother to list my own fucking examples because I think half the goddamn time when I get like a copyright claim, I feel like if I actually reached out to the people who whose actual copyright was infringed and I like spoke to them on like a person-to-person level, they'd be fine with it. But it's just the companies that do on behalf of people that's the problem, and representatives for those companies that do it on behalf of people, and people sometimes do it on behalf of nobody they care about just because they don't like somebody. So it actually kind of puts into context a lot of what's happened, considering that these people weren't breaking the rules at all. That makes a lot of sense now when I think about like a lot of copyright infringement cases. So
it's still problematic. It's still not okay that YouTube just doesn't have any, which is discussed later in this, because I took some notes, but that's discussed later. It's just it doesn't make sense as to why YouTube allows like such, they don't require absolutely anything out of you. They just say, oh, you're Sony trying to take down this channel, okay, sure. Like that's a problem. that is not okay. But
yeah,
a lot of shit basically happened, and another like sorry, I lost my train of thought. But basically they just kept going and going, and it says here, Bungie had to devote significant internal resources to addressing it and helping its players restore the videos and channels, an effort complicated by the fact that while YouTube has a form that allows anyone to claim to represent a copyright holder and issue copyright strikes, it has no dedicated mechanism for copyright holders who are being impersonated to let YouTube know about the DMCA fraud. Bungie instructed, here's like the worst part, if you ask me. Bungie instructed Google to block any new DMCA reports that I don't know how to read that word. Perpetrated? Is that, did I pronounce that correctly?
I don't know. Can't read the fucking word myself, so I don't know.
It's PURPOTED, whatever that word is, to be on Bungie's behalf until further notice. Upon information and belief, Google did none of these things.
Jesus Christ.
They straight up, Bungie, a multi-million-dollar company, got ignored by Google. That is so funny to me. That's the people who are out here making this content for Destiny 2. If Bungie themselves cannot get Google to get their shit together, they stand no chance. They no, like it's not possible. and it, just wow, it's crazy. Bungie is not only involving the perpetrators, as far as I understand, but they're also involving YouTube and Google for having such a shit system. Which, you know what, I can get behind that. They blame Google for I forget exactly how it worked, but they basically said, "Hey, these were newly created Gmail accounts, but we can't track them down. We have no information on these newly created Gmail accounts."
Sounds like a lot of
So-
hoopla. Sounds like a lot of hoopla.
It's
Hoopla.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. How is Google allowing this to happen? I don't know.
Wow, that's
But-
fucked. That's fucked. Beyond.
It gets a little bit better here. Like,
Okay.
it just stuff keeps it keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting worse. So after they made their initial statement towards Google and YouTube, one of the people involved yeah, one of the people involved in the takedowns contacted Bungie, like on some stalker shit, on some fucking like serial killer shit. It was like a 3-page long note, and I don't want to read all of that, so I'm basically just gonna summarize. We know that at least 2 different people were involved. One of them took down the content creators, and one of them took down Bungie's own channels. Their own videos. So we know at least 2 people are involved in this. They admit that all it took was to write a few sentences, but they didn't have to provide any documentation, no licenses, no private information, none of that. Just a few sentences, and that was it. And the best quote from this, I think, is, "If I hadn't escalated the issue, many people would have not had their takedowns removed." Talk about a fucking power trip, bro. Like,
Jesus
this man is over here
Christ.
saying, if I hadn't made things worse, this would have never even gotten to your attention. Like, oh my
Wow, dude. Imagine
God.
sucking your own dick so fucking much. Shaboing boing. Get out of here with that.
So yeah, it's the rest of the document is again just a bunch of legal stuff, but here's I think where it all like culminates.
Mm-hmm.
One of the final lines of the entire like the paper of the entire like lawsuit case. I don't really know what that's called because I don't know all the legal terms, but at the very end it states, "As such, Bungie is entitled to damages and injunctive relief, including enhanced statutory damages of $150,000 for each fraudulent takedown."
Jesus shit.
So that means that if every single strike or takedown is charged, this is a $6 million, at the very least, $6 million lawsuit against these people. These
Oh my
people, like,
God.
they're fucked. These guys are fucked. There's no other way of putting it. Because they're gonna find these people with time. They're not gonna be able to completely erase their identities and run away from Google. These people are going to be found. I have absolutely no doubt about that. And when that happens, I really think that Bungie is gonna put some pressure on Google for basically allowing this to happen in the first place and ignoring their pleas. So I'm definitely keeping my eyes on this lawsuit. We don't have any we don't have any new developments yet, but I guess just to avoid further trouble, Google might change how DMCA strikes work and how they're handled in sometime in the future, because $6 million isn't a lot for YouTube. It's not like they're the ones directly it's not like Bungie is the one that's sorry, damn, I wish I could speak. Bungie's I'll be something with the Bungie isn't directly suing Bungie isn't directly suing Google, but and it's not like $6 million would mean shit to Google anyways, because that's like pocket change for Google at this point.
Yeah,
but still, like this is a pretty major case, because as far as I know, this is the first time that anything like this has happened, where they've impersonated to be someone else, and then those people come forward in the court of law and sue these people. Jeez. I honestly don't think that that this would have happened if they didn't take down Bungie's own content. I feel like they would have just been like, oh damn, that's tough, sucks to suck, and moved on. But when they directly involved Bungie, I think that's when they're like, oh, okay, all right, we're taking this to court. But that's just me. That's just me talking out of my ass. I don't have any actual proof to back that up. But
makes sense.
Yeah, if YouTube and Google decide to change their policies for copyright takedowns, this might be the first step. Like, after all of this wraps up, this might be the first step towards that. I can't say definitively that it is going to happen, because again, YouTube, they're not the ones involved with this case, but they were still there. They completely ignored Bungie, and I feel like Bungie's not gonna let that go. But yeah, it's an absolutely crazy case. I don't think that I can. I don't know if I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I'm very curious. I'm very, very interested to see where this goes.
Yeah, but that certainly sounds like quite a fucking saga.
I don't know too much about like obvious. I don't know shit about how the court of law works, because I'm not a government official. But I wonder if these people, or like whoever these groups are that have not been identified, I wonder how this is gonna work for them, because the world's best lawyers could not swerve this. This is gonna happen. They're gonna get shit on.
Yeah, right. There's no lawyer could prevent this case from fucking you up. No cap.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Jesus Christ. But if that's all you got.
Has this? Oh no! Oh, sorry. No, I was gonna ask. You know, if this case has happened where someone has directly taken down like a company's or a developer's or like any sort of creator's own content. Do you know if that's happened before?
None that comes to mind. Not they're like impersonating the creator and then done that. None that comes to mind. I mean, it's probably happened before, maybe, but not on this scale. I don't think. You know, YouTube copyright is fucked. So
it is fucked.
It would not surprise me if it's happened before, but just never gotten this big. But none immediately come to mind. So.
I wonder. Oh, actually, I wonder if Sony is now gonna get involved in some way, considering that they now own Bungie.
I wouldn't doubt it. You can't. But not Big Papa Sony's not gonna let this shit happen.
I didn't.
Gonna take away the person who started copyrighting this in the first place. They're gonna get their PS5 taken, and they're gonna get spanked until they say sorry. So, I mean, I don't know. That's really it's fucked up, but not in the way that it's like it's bad fucked up. It's more like how did we get to this point fucked up?
Like, yeah, actually.
Oh man, we really do need to change the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Like, we really need to like update that law, but we won't. Not unless Republicans get to say that we get to like murder black people legally in that law. Just put it in the fine print, and then the Republicans will be like, "Great, good job." Good job.
Yes, yeah, let's get right on.
Yeah, right. But if that's all you got,
Yes, sir. That is it. That is my story for this podcast. My presenting evidence to sue Bungie themselves, because it was actually me this whole time. Get pranked, idiots.
it was me, Steve. It was me, Austin. It was me the entire time. But we want to thank you for listening to yet another week of AJAH. I'm going to come back in after WrestleMania Night 2 and edit that part into the podcast. You won't even know you actually. They will all notice that I did that.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you for listening, for spending another 2 hours of your week with us. And thank you for being so sexy, honestly. Damn.
That's on God.
The listeners are so fucking sexy. You ever notice that?
All
of our listeners are sexy as fuck. Honestly, only smart and or sexy people can listen to this. If you're dumb and ugly, you can't. Sorry.
It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence.
But other than that, Stream Funds by Mario.